barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. June 29th is going down. It's going all the way down, all the way down. June 29th and June 28th, we have a celebrity um, um, uh, dodgeball game. So I appreciate everyone who's donating. Um, African Scholar, Arnold, Michael, Vincent Jennings, and the list goes on and on. Arnold again. The list goes on and on, man. I just want to say thank you, man. I'm forever appreciative of y'all. And I think it's just incredibly important that um, we continue to spread this love and positivity. There's so much positivity going on in the sport of boxing, man. But I just want to say thank you from the depths of me, man. And obviously, the money is definitely going in the right place. And more importantly, our hearts and our efforts are going in the right place. But I wanted to speak about something uh, as it relates to black athletes, okay, in America. Integration, most notable, right, started with Jackie Robinson, number 42, right? Shout out to Mariano Rivera, right? Um, and Branch Rickey realized in order for him to win championships, he had to incorporate the black athlete. There is a direct correlation, listen to me, listen to what I'm saying, with the Los Angeles Dodgers and their cultural phenomenon success today with the decision Branch Rickey made in the 40s, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's just more important that we understand the big picture. I'm not speaking for all black men. I'm not holier than thou. I have contradictions. We are all not perfect, but I want to be in the 90 percentile, you know. And I want us to understand why we are participating under the rulership and the tutelage of white people. Branch Rickey saw an opportunity in Jackie Robinson. Remember, Jackie Robinson was groomed. He wasn't the best player. He was the most, they thought he was the most well prepared, the more equipped person to deal with what he's going to deal with. You know, what's not noted in the Dodgers' history is the mental strain, the depression, the wanting to commit suicide that Jackie Robinson went through to become a professional baseball player, ultimately become a Hall of Famer. Now, I'm not going to get into every sport. You understand what I'm saying? But I want that to be the premise of this of where I'm going. Football, you have to wait 3 years to play in to play professional football. NBA, you got to play 1 year. You say why? Why is that? Baseball, you don't have to wait. I'm going to explain it to you why. All right, bear with me. Football, if they allow black athletes to do what they want, because the higher percentage of the people that are in fame and have the ability to create fame, to create fortunes, are the black athletes, right? So they want to put them in a system where they can control the levels of success. More importantly, navigate them to their ceiling of success or their apex of success, whether it's through an agent, whether it's through college, whether it's being under the tutelage of a coach. Because keep in mind, if the player goes from high school to pro, and I know there's some physical differences between a high school pro football player and a high school player and a pro football player, but I'm just talking about the semantics of business, right? The uncle becomes the agent. The best friend becomes the agent. Mom's lawyer's friend becomes the agent. You understand where I'm coming from? Now let's flip that to basketball. The reason why, I need you guys to grasp what the hell I'm saying. You guys are not going to understand this. This is an aha moment for everybody right now. Listen to me. Listen to me clearly. The reason why high school players have to go to college is because LeBron James went from high school to pro and hired all four of his high school teammates. And you know what they said? Every year for the next 100 years, the first pick in the NBA draft in the 80 percentile, 85 percentile, will be a black athlete from quote unquote urban America, right? And if that high school black athlete does what LeBron James does, the leadership positions will in turn be black. So people are saying, why does LeBron James hate? It's because he flip-flopped the system. He made them realize if we don't get a stronghold of these black athletes going from high school to the NBA, they're going to hire their uncles, their cousins, their best friends, mom's friend lawyer, because everyone knows a lawyer in the hood, right? Everybody knows a doctor in the hood. You know what I mean? Everybody knows a notary republic in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Everybody knows who's slanging stolen alcohol in the hood, right? Everybody knows the local weed man in the hood. So you know what I'm saying? I'm saying all that to say LeBron James is more instrumental than what we can imagine. And I know some of you guys, 90% of y'all have never even realized the connection between that, right? Now, you said, why baseball? Now, baseball as it stands has never been, it has been, but for the most part, it never wanted to, the desire for black athletes to play baseball was not as desirable as football and basketball, okay? That makes it an absolute fact, right? Now, understand this. This is another aha moment for everybody. The reason why baseball can draft you out of high school and there's no age on high school, listen to me. Not because of the white kid that goes to uh, Suburbia High School, USA. Not because of that. Listen to me carefully. So they can exploit the third world countries and bring the Cuban defects, the Dominican Republics, the Puerto Ricans, the Japanese, the Hondurans, the Guatemalans, the Canadians. They can exploit their talent base and bring them over to America and pay them minimum and get maximum value. Now, if black athletes have been dominating baseball as they have been in basketball and football, listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. It would have been an age limit on baseball. But baseball understands the totality, the long ball of this. We can go in there and excavate every Cuban athlete, throw them in the farm system, excavate every Mexican talent, throw them in the farm system, and pay him peanuts, and hopefully get 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20, and we make a $500 million off of this one kid, and it's well worth spending $10 million on picking them. You guys never knew that, right? Now, let's equate this. Now, you can go through every sport and you'll understand. You can put these, but now let's go to boxing. Boxing is the only sport where blacks dominate and there's no age requirement. In terms of turning pro, in terms of controlling your career, it's the wild, wild west. Now, with that being said, we must understand first the black athlete they go through the gamut of these sports, right? And they say, well, I'm too short to be an NBA player. I'm not strong enough or athletic enough to be a football player, but I know I can knock a motherfucker out. All I gotta do is learn the fundamentals of it, right? And they do that. You see where I'm coming from? Boxing is the last black bastion where a black athlete can control his entire career from birth of it to death of it. And when that's understood, when you think about Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson, you become an aware athlete. When you think about how baseball is excavating all the talent out of these third world countries, and you see Santana pitching, you see Ruiz catching the ball, you see Munoz playing right field. Look at these baseball lineups. All right. LeBron James is the enigma of white capitalism, is the ultimate enigma of white capitalism. Okay? Al Heyman, Deontay Wilder, Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, the Charlos, the Herds, and the list goes on and on and on and on. If they don't have not agents, which is promoters, and they bet and believe on themselves, they can flip-flop this whole paradigm and hand it off to the next black generation that's coming up. No great black fighter needs white representation. You have allies, you have friends, but I'm talking about in terms of cold calls, like, hey, I'm, let's use Earl Spence as an example. Hey, I'm Earl Spence out of Dallas, Texas. I'm a pound for pound top 5 fighter in the world. I don't need Frank Warren. Don't need him at all. I don't need a promoter. They need me. I carry the sport of boxing. Hey, Deontay Wilder doesn't need um, Frank Warren and all these other guys. You know, he can go directly to Steven Espinoza. Now, how he got to the point, people helping him along the way, Earl Spence, people getting help along the way. I believe there's a level of loyalty that goes there. But at the end of the day, if you understand you guys know what I'm talking about, his decision, you will understand you will understand boxing today. You will understand sports in America. You know what I mean? So I think it's just understandable. Please understand, okay? Please understand, okay? Branch Rickey was not a hero, okay? He was a capitalist. He was an opportunist, okay? John Calipari doesn't teach the black athlete how to be a better basketball player. He teaches them how to negotiate. He teaches them to be on display for Nike. Mike Krzyzewski didn't teach Zion Williamson how to be a better basketball player. He put him in Nike shoes and a Duke Blue Devil uniform for the promotion of their business. Okay, don't you ever believe for 1 second college isn't a business. When you graduate, Sally Mae's going to call you in 6 months. You either got to make the payment or put it in forbearance. You know what I mean? I did all of that. You know what I'm saying? Refinance, whatever. I done played every game possible with my financial aid. You know what I mean? And I think it's just incredibly important that we see the long end of it. Now, I said we're not going to be perfect black men because we live in a white civilization. We're going to be conned. We're going to be, let's use me as an example. Fuck this. I said this last week, if you would have had this conversation at 22, I would have told you, man, I wish every black person could get a college degree and do this. And now I'm 41. And I've learned how to become a better man from a lot of men who's never gone to college. I've learned great life lessons from men who's never gone to college. Every weekend, I would say 8 out of 10 people I hang out with haven't gone to college. I'm talking boxers. I'm talking when I cover fights. You know, boxing is not a college educated sport. You know, we learn on the job. My greatest friends today haven't gone to college. I have a group of friends that I tell you guys have an accountability team that we discuss everything. You know, we all went to college. We all met in college, and yet that's not the extent of me. And I think it's incredibly important that we understand this. We're not going to be perfect black men. We're going to have some contradictions. We're going to have fights that we personally don't want to fight because of personal relationships. And I say to that, get out of the way and let the other men fight. Don't put up a block. Don't put up a a Great Wall of China. Get out the way. All right. Nipsey Hussle say, block for me, black man. You know they're trying to stretch it. The battles I don't want to fight, I stay out the way. I don't say, let's give a hypothetical. Um, let's say 78 does a video on, since it's Bob Arum. And I may disagree with the video he has on Bob Arum. Hypothetically, this ain't real, guys, okay? Since he's a popular figure. I'm not going to do a video and say, 78, I disagree with what you said about Bob Arum. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to listen to the video. If I get an emotional reaction, I'm going to deal with that emotional reaction and shut my ass up and move on to the next video. That's just, I think we have to become better at it. I wasn't that man at 22. I would have said every person need to go to college, man. It's a beautiful case, man. You get education, you get pussy, man, it's the best thing in the world, man. You could be a kid and an adult at the same time. You have no responsibilities. But little did I know, now that I'm 41, I understand that nigga that's in the hood pushing the line, keeping these Bloods and these Crips together, getting these drugs and guns off the street in our community, pushing the line, these Muslims walking up and down the line, these Muslims on Slauson and Crenshaw, prevented more crime than me spending. More important, let's go the other way. Have inspired more black men than I ever could have reached or touched in my four to 5 years in college. The 4 or 5 years that they spent on the corner of Slauson and Crenshaw, handing out them bean pies and those final calls and showing up when police brutality and the man on your neighborhood that inspires every kid that goes by has done more than little black Fred going spending 4.5, 5 years in college. Okay? Understand that. All right? We have to get, in my humble opinion, if you don't feel like fighting the fight, let the other nigga fight the fight. There's no need to react to everything. I don't agree, but I understand the long end of it. I'm learning it, okay? And I think that that's where the frustration lies. You know, not understanding Branch Rickey didn't hire him because he wanted to make America a better place. The Negro League was growing. Satchel Paige was the best pitcher in the world. Listen to what I'm saying. Satchel Paige was the best pitcher in the world. Do your homework, guys. No one could touch Satchel Paige. He was the best. I grew up in Harlem, so I have a great environment plays a big part in this, right? And I had a grandfather who loved baseball. So I understand that my grandfather played a little minor league baseball and he used to tell me stories and, you know what I mean? So I have a greater understanding, you know what I mean? And because of my environment. You know, if my grandfather would have loved basketball, then I would know more about basketball. But the reason why all these top 5 kids goes to Kentucky and Duke is, one, the check that John Calipari and Mike Krzyzewski get from Nike supersedes what they get from Duke University and Kentucky University. If Kentucky's given John Calipari $84 million, you think Nike is at least not going to match that? Come on, man. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to make sense. And all he got to do is encourage the platform, build the platform, and that's it. And I think once we understand the bigger picture, we become greater. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't get it. If I'm wrong, put it in the comment section. I'm going to read it. But understand Branch Rickey. Once you understand Branch Rickey, you can look at boxing. Once you understand the impact LeBron James had on the one and done rule, you will understand. LeBron James hired 4 of his friends. He told his friend to go to college. There's a job going to be waiting for. I need you to learn how to be an agent. I need you to learn how to do my day-to-day operation. I need you to learn how to do XYZ. I don't know. I've never had a conversation with LeBron, but this is just secondhand information that I've heard. You understand what I'm saying? The one and done rule was enforced immediately after LeBron James. And when they realized what LeBron James was doing, when they realized they couldn't touch him, when they realized he can control his own destiny, he can make his own quote unquote decision and go to Miami, and he's getting ridiculed for that. But he raised $5 million for the Boys and Girls Club of America. They never put that in the headlines of the article. Nobody that hears this video can say that they've raised $5 million for the Boys and Girls Club of America. Nobody. All right? Now I need you guys to grasp that. Now, like reality, like Muhammad Ali said, there are 10 good snakes in 100. All right? There are 10 great white men. If you happen to stumble across a white man that encourages you, loves you, will embrace everything you before, will not curb your enthusiasm for being a pillar in your community, you hold on to that. I'm about to say nigga, but you hold on to him. All right, you hold on. That's your friend. That's reality. The Fondas was one of the, let's just say, was a big asset to the Black Panther Party. All right, do your homework. All right, there are so at the end of the day, see the big picture. When you see the big picture, you understand this shit. You understand? You understand. LeBron James is not hated because he's a great basketball player. The system doesn't like LeBron James. How he can say, Anthony Davis, we're going to work the rules that they put in place to our advantage. We're going to get to LA. Hold tight, nigga. Hold tight. We're going to do this shit together. You don't like the fact that LeBron James as a player can dictate? You wish you had that power? Don't you wish you had that power? Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I talk to you guys soon.